number 35. I'd like to know more about how the Venus Project is going to deal with public transportation, such as overcrowding, since in the resource-based economy system no money will exist. How are we going to deal with a large number of people traveling today? Sometimes the buses are overcrowded. I believe we would see more crowds of people on airlines in a resource-based economy without having to worry about paying for it. They would do it more often and make a lot of unnecessary long-distance trips, causing more traffic and crowds in public transportation systems. My question, whoever wrote this, if you saw Zeika's addendum, the first thing you would do is phase out planes entirely. They're too slow. They cause far too much pollution. Maglev trains could be built with tunnels that go under all oceans. It could go over land, of course, as well. You have massive central hubs. They can go between 1,000 and realistically 4,000 miles per hour, depending on the inertia allowed, the overcoming of inertia with the distances required to gain that type of speed. And of course, there's other technical aspects that can be denoted as far as that. But we want to move out of that means of transportation. And I think, generally speaking, if the focus is on making extremely efficient, fast transportation, instead of having all these random cars just laying about, crowding the streets, making it difficult to drive, if anyone's ever been in New York City, you know what an extreme nightmare it is with the lack of surface transportation. You could easily revise all of that if you wanted to, where you'd have, for lack of a better expression, certain types of trolleys and conveyors that would bring people anywhere. You'd have, all you have to do is think creatively about what would be possible as far as making mass transit systems extremely fast and efficient and very comfortable. I don't see it as a problem at all. I see our current system as outrageously inefficient. I can't stand traveling, not because I don't like being in other places, it's because I just can't stand the airports. There isn't a time when I go through airport security that I don't have to bite my lip because of the absolute arrogance and the demeanor that these people have been conditioned into having, to be as rude as possible and to make you feel as uncomfortable and as suspect as possible when you're walking through their little airport security dominance field. There's such a massive problem right now on many levels of transportation that could be overcome very, very easily with much more efficient means. That could go on many different points on that. For example, there's this thing called zip cars that's in a lot of major cities now, and what it is a rental system based on cars, and if you get a zip car, if you need a car for short-term stuff, you can rent them for a number of hours as opposed to renting a car for a day. And basically, you find out where it is, you go to it, you get the car, you do it, and then you return it to a specific location. Well, as many of you might know, we do have GPS tracking technology that can drive cars. So all you do is you take the concept of the zip car, you get rid of every automobile, and you set up a statistically oriented set of automobiles for each region, and you have them all tracked by GPS, you give them all Doppler so they can't hit anything, and you have them drive to your house and you order them, you go where you need to go, you don't drive it, it does it for you, it's perfectly tracked, and then it returns you where you need to go after you're done, and then it goes back to its central hub, or it goes to the next person that needs the car. You would see a reduction of automobiles in every major city by about 90% if that was the case, and the congestion would be gone. So keep that in mind.